I'm down with turning like off game music altogether.
Yeah, I turn it down pretty low most of the time. Um, so today, if we had to pick one matchup for you to work on, what would it be?
Um, Honestly, it would probably be Samus.
Okay, that's no problem at all. All right, so let's just play a quick friendly to start it off. It's 12:05, so we'll kind of just start from there. Let's see, our connection seems okay. How long have you been playing?
It's been about 3 years. I started like February 2014, but like take little breaks here and there.
Okay, 3 years with a little bit of break.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, why do you want to work on Samus?
That's just been the only like my main problem locally has just been a Samus player.
What's his name?
Carbon.
Okay. Well, let's get you some better win rates against Carbon.
You.
Is there anything you know that you do poorly against him? Like any categories?
It's mainly just like approaching. Like I just get crouch canceled for everything I do.
Okay. We can definitely work on that. Are you gonna edge guard this? You don't have to go off stage, it's okay. Good shit. Alright, so one of my big problems in this matchup is finding kills. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I can usually get a bunch of fares and get him across stage. It's just like after like about 100, he just pops away like really far.
Yeah, exactly. That weird spot. So we'll talk about the plus 100 game as well.
I feel like that's a problem I have too. Is I get hit by the missiles like while I'm side being, but
Do you think you're side being predictably?
yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that too. Good shit. Oh, I died from that. That's probably bad DI for me.
Oh no.
Yeah, that sucks. Alright.
I'd be down to play another one real quick.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you mind if you pull out some paper or like a notepad though, real quick?
Or a what?
Like a notepad on your computer or a cell phone notepad. Anything that.
I'll grab a notebook real quick.
Exactly.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Anything to write it down. Mapachelo, Occulto. Spot dodge is a huge problem. It's similar to crouch cancel. I'm gonna kind of lump that together. Zykorth, I charge $20 an hour. Who's Samus, bro? I'm playing Samus. And I don't know.
Alright. I am back.
What up, dude? Alright, so we talked about 3 things that we're going to go over, and I kind of want you to write them down so we get a more clear picture, okay?
Okay.
So, 3 areas you said we want to work on today are dealing with her crouch cancel. You said getting missiled on recovery, right? And then Samus at plus 100%.
Got it.
All right, those are the big topics we kind of had, and we'll play one more friendly.
Okay.
This is just to kind of feel it out, you know. I'm not judging you or anything, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very aggressive. Nice.
That was supposed to be a 4 time.
Oh, that might kill. Nope, not yet. Are you power ranked in your area?
What?
Are you power ranked?
Yeah.
Cool. About where? Oh, Phantom, that was messed up.
Yeah. I'll definitely this season I'll probably be 5th or 4th.
Okay. Who's number 1?
He's a player named Lemon Juices.
Okay. Tell me about him.
He's pretty good. He's a Fox player. He's only been like the best thing about him really is like just his mix-ups and like that's
Offense.
That's a part in Wichita. Yeah, he's really good offense really.
Okay. He's kind of young or no?
Yeah, he's like 19. He's only been playing for like a year and a half.
Okay, cool. I could definitely see you rising up your way if you put yourself to work.
If what?
If you put yourself to work, you could probably be top of your PRs.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, you have some pretty decent like positioning, but you're not like capitalizing too much on pressure, right? Like there are a lot of times where hold on the fight. There are a lot of times where like you get me in this spot and you do it well, right? You want to kind of ease up on it when you think it's gonna go wrong, right? It's kind of like sand in your hand, right? The tighter you clench it, the more it's gonna seep out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So like when I'm here, you're already doing good. So like, can you show me like a few aerials in front of me? Yeah, good. And then like approach a little bit. Perfect. Okay. So like when you put pressure like here, you own all of the space, right? Does that make sense? But walk closer to me a little bit. When you're a little bit closer, when you're like here, you like kind of lose out on that pressure. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
So
That's that's like her effective range.
Yeah, exactly. Not only can I threaten you right from here, but also like all of this big ground that you had before you, this open pasture, you're like kind of moving away from it, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to just get at is like when you're here, when I'm here, right, and you're pressuring me, think about down tilt, think about aerials, and like don't think about putting your body on top of me.
Okay. Like so if I'm in the position where like I got you, like I have stage control and everything, like the best way to like establish that space, like keep establishing that space would be like down tilts and aerials, or like because like I feel like I just try to like dash dance a lot in this situation, but like I feel like I'll dash dance a little too much and I'll give up too much stage or something like that. Like I feel like I don't press that advantage like well enough, but like
No, that's actually a great commentary on your own self, right? So I'll do a few things. Okay, one is you said sometimes you make the mistake of dash dancing and you feel like it relieves pressure, and I'll tell you what the case is. Dash dancing is hella good in a lot of matchups, but I'll tell you in this position, in this matchup, I would not recommend it strongly. Okay, there's a reason dash dance is good. It's because of horizontal speed. Okay, so like from here, I can only do this, right? I can shoot a missile, block it. Yeah, there you go. I can do that, or I can do this, right? There's not a lot of horizontal, quick things I can do, right?
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of reason for you to stand here and concede the ground. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're exactly right in the sense that whenever you dash dance from that position, especially away, you relieve pressure. And this is a case where
I also feel like I feel like I'm just like a sitting duck, but if I'm not dash dancing too.
Okay.
That's probably my main problem in this matchup, I think.
That makes a lot of sense, dude. Because crouch canceling, because dash dancing gave you a sense of security, or like you know how to operate from there, you did it, right? So what I need to do right now is give you a sense of security or some tools in this position that are different from dash dancing, right?
Yeah.
So in this position as Marth, I actually face forward almost the whole time.
Okay.
And the reason is what I'd said, is when you concede the ground, right? When you make the space even wider, you let her in, right?
Yeah.
Right now, if you put your shoes in Samus's head right now, she wants to, like, get out of this spot, right? At any moment, you can push her off, and she doesn't want to be here. Anytime she has to make the transition from off stage to on stage, there's a high chance of failure, right? I'm not the best at the up air thing, and a lot of your Samus opponents won't be either, right?
Yeah.
And let's say they are invincible down smashing, right? That just means you just have to not be in the invincible down smash range, right?
It's not like it's nothing crazy you have for like Samus's ledge dash or anything.
Exactly. So when you appreciate this distance, right? You're facing me, and you have power. Don't concede the power, and any option you do, don't give it the possibility of turnover, right? Do you know what I mean by turnover?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like just like overextending, like a forward smash or something, and you just shield and like you're able to take it from me.
Even that is like a little bit better than you doing this, right? When you do this, you relieve the pressure, and I come in. And that in that way, in a sense, it's a turnover where I just take the ground.
Yeah.
Right? The more I'm limited to just fighting in the corner to you, the more you're making plans in zoning me out, right?
Yeah.
Especially because you have the ability, if you do want to wave dash back, right? Wave dash back makes you stay forward. Or you could dash dance a little bit. I don't mean like, you know, the whole length of it, right? But like
just little tight ones.
Yeah, or just to move back from where I am, right? And wave dash back or dash dance will accomplish this. Even like retreating fairs, right? Low short hop retreating fairs. But the point is like I can't pin you down because you have so much variation in your movement, right? You can go left and right. Right now, if I go right, I run into you. If I go left, I'm here.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Let me write that down real quick.
Yeah, no problem. Kind of like, don't give up center ground against her. And she's weak in the corner, right?
So so Marth, a good thing for Marth to like keep her in the corner would just be like down tilts, jabs, forward tilts.
Yeah.
Like,
these are all good choices. We talked about like drifting with aerials in different ways, like short hop retreating fair, right? If you know, it's like, to go back to my analogy, you don't want to press too tight, right?
yeah.
You relieve pressure by pressing too tight. He'll make a move, right? And if he makes a move and hits you, whatever, you learn from it, right? Like he wave dash down smash and it was fast and it was long and you got hit by it, right? Maybe you DI it right, maybe next time you jump over it, next time you shield it. But on most cases, he's just not gonna hit you horizontally too fast. Alright, so we talked about like not dash dancing when she's cornered. And like keeping her kind of in this position, right? Like anytime you're like down tilt me. Anytime this is happening, even if I crouch cancel or spot dodge, right? As long as you don't push forward too hard, it's okay. Right? And this will kind of lead us into our next topic, which is crouch canceling. Alright. So most of the time crouch canceling goes wrong is not like when you down tilt me right here. The thing that goes wrong is not like me hitting you right after. It's more likely like you came after me, so like down tilt and dash at me.
Yeah, exactly. That happens so much.
Yes. Yes, right. So, but did you see how like I broke it down where like the first down tilt was like kind of okay? Like if I'm already here, that's definitely gonna hit, right? This won't. Sorry, don't do anything.
Okay.
This down smash is not hitting you.
Yeah.
Right? That one barely hit you. Right? But a lot of it just comes down to like me waiting for you to like move your hitbox forward, right? In such a way, right? Like maybe I wave dash at you to make you miss space, right? This will be a common situation. Sorry.
Oh shit.
We'll start another map. A common situation will be you're somewhere, stand on the ground. You're somewhere, and I'm gonna wave dash at you, and you down tilt me. Right? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he puts his body into you, right? And then you down tilt it, right? So the first mistake here was that he's already on top of you, right? Down smash is just going to happen. If you down tilt a little bit better, you know, down smash is a little harder to happen, right? Here, I hit your hand. Or your crouch, or whatever you want to call it, right? And there are a lot of times where if you down tilt me and you don't push me too far, you know... sorry, I wasn't crouching. You know, I go like that, right? So one of it is just look at the initial spacing. And this was really tough for me to learn too, right? You're just going to have to control your drift and your dash dance in such a way that this horizontal spacing is more respected. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? And it took me a lot of control. There are a lot of times with my aerial drift, right, where I had to exercise a lot of discipline. And there's ways to do that, right? One is shield stopping. I'm going to run at you, shield stop, and then do my aerial, right? And the shield stop ensures that I'm not, like, full momentum. Do you kind of see how, like, it's different when you drift forward at a shield versus drifting forward at a run. Near the end of our lesson, I'm going to show you an exercise to help you with, like, drift control and stuff. But a lot of it has to do with engaging with her and respecting this distance, right? Like, you can sure have fair this. Can you tip or fair me? Yeah, there you go. Do you see how that, like, barely reaches me? But I can't down smash and reach you right now. Right? And then you build me up to that percent. Of course, there's other situations where I, like, crouch cancel or move in or spot dodge, and it doesn't work as well, right?
Yeah.
But the basics of it is that you're respecting this distance a lot more. And then you're going to ask better questions like, Bro, how do I engage combat? How do I do damage from this distance? This is hard as hell. And all that is yes. The same goes for her, right? The same goes for her when she's fighting you. She's fighting at some awkward distance from you too, right? The only difference is that when she gets to close quarters, she can crouch, and you don't crouch that well against her.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the key differences, right? So, I thought it was tough and awful to learn this part of a lot of matchups, which is just people crouching against me or spot dodging against me. But really, it's you controlling horizontal movement, right? Can you make me come after you horizontally, right? Sometimes this will happen, where, go to center ground. Yeah. So, like, if I'm here, right, this is a lot farther than we initially talked about, right? If you dash dance a little bit, you might pull me in, right? Dash backwards first, not forwards. Yeah, there you go. Right? So, you might draw me in this way, right? I want to come towards center ground, and because you went backwards, I went with you, right? There's definitely times where you can draw me in. But most of the time, you want to control your horizontal spacing, right? And then come at her at, like, this zone, right? She can't deal with your pressure except in, like, one of 3 ways. It's like shield, crouch cancel, way dash. Do you have any videos of you fighting the Samus?
No. Yeah,
Okay.
None of this is.
Okay, no worries. I just want you to notice the next time when you do fight, okay, how neutral looks, right? What is he doing? Is he wave dashing back? Is he blocking? Is he crouching, right? And how are you interacting with it, right? I mean, do you have, off the top of your head, do you know how it goes right now?
I would say it'd mainly just be like crouching.
Crouching.
Just, crouching, like my bad down tilts.
Okay. So does he, like, run at you and crouch? Does he wave dash a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, so now this is, like, the advanced part, right? I told you, like, if you do this horizontal spacing, he can't punish you too good. But how do you space around this stuff, right? Like, he's moving and crouching at me, right?
Maybe like
Yes.
fallback fair.
Yes.
But...
Now this is more about zoning, right? Now you're going to control the ground. So you're going to do a short hop reverse fair, or sorry, short hop drift back fair, like you just did. Now do it late. Do the late fair.
Alright.
There you go. Do another one. Alright. So now you have 2 variations. You had the rising one and you had the low one, right? That's two variations of you controlling a spot and not letting me come in, right? And what's cool about the retreating one is that it's really hard for me to punish, right? Now you can mix in also going forward, right? So you go forward and then you do the late fair. Don't do rising ones too much. Try to mix in more late ones. Yeah. And now do some variations on the drift. Show me not full forward, but half forward. And show me late. Alright, so that was late fair, but your drift was max forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to do slight drift, I guess. What would I do for that?
So for slight drift, it just takes a little bit of practice, right? So you push forward, and then you let go, and you can use left and right also in the air, right?
Okay.
So yeah, there you go. That was not as much forward, right? So now you just have to manipulate your spacing in the air while also late fairing right now, because you're still early fairing.
Yeah.
Good. So right there, what you did is you dashed forward and jumped back, right? You did like one of these.
Yeah.
Right? So this is just an example of you getting more control over your character, right? So there, that was a good example of you jumping forward, right, and not drifting too far, right? So there's two variations of your jump. There's the jump forward and the jump back. Marth looks different in each one, right? So there's that, right? You're going to get more control over that drift, and then you're going to get more control over how you approach, right? So like if you are fairing a little bit with these different spots, it's going to be harder for me to just come in on you like this, right? If I know you only do down tilts, I can run at you the way, you know, like this, right?
Yeah.
But if you fair more, I'm just going to take that down tilt, I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to like down smash, and you're like already jumping over the next one. Or sorry, they connected. Yeah, there you go. I'm already 200% though.
Yeah.
What up, Unsure? Sorry, I was saying hello on the stream. So, fair me? Right, and then you ran back, right? So you'll get better at that one, where like you do like a late fair and then you run or block, right? If you do a late fair, you might be able to block this. Try. You gotta tipper that. Alright, I was a little late. And then you started that fair a little high, right? Alright, you see that? That was sick. Right? So right there, we just did like almost 100 different kinds of fairs, right? Yeah. And we're really just talking about how to even deal with crouching Samus and fair and stuff like that, right? So yeah. I would definitely not cut short on practicing that skill, right? Your drift horizontally and late fair versus early fair.
Also, another thing, like, what would be the best, like, throw follow-ups on Samus?
You want to just get some offensive follow-ups on her?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's practice, dude.
Like, at 0%, if I get a grab, like, what?
Why don't we just practice, dude? I'm gonna be at 0 right now. You're gonna throw me, and I before you go, let's talk it through. You're gonna okay, you're gonna throw me, and I want you to attack me as much as you can, right? Like pretend you're pressuring me in a real game, okay? Okay. And what I'm gonna do, hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get out, and if I hit you or tell you to stop, that's when you stop, okay? Okay. And what we're gonna do is kind of review what happened. All right. So do your best to do the most amount of damage. Don't like attack fast. Like, even if I come down from whatever throw you do or tech or whatever, like, try to tech chase me or try to edge guard me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Just like, keep going.
Just keep going. Exactly.
Okay.
Alright, you gotta stop now. Alright, so at 0, you threw me up, I went here, and then I double jumped. Okay? So one thing you should know right away is that no matter which aerial you do or what jump you do, up throw at 0 is just not going to connect with the next move.
Okay.
Right? So, and you're going to just know this from experience, that when you throw someone up at low percent, they can jump, right? And if they jump, all you do is just wait.
Okay.
Right? You don't jump with them. You just stay underneath them.
Got it.
So throw up, wait underneath me. There you go. That was a lot better. That was a lot better than what we first did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so up was okay, and you did some jump reading, right? And the sick part about jump reading, or punishing jump, is that once I jump, I have no jump, right?
Yeah.
And then you just keep me in the air, and I'm dead if you edge guard me, right? I'm going to teach you a quick way to stay below Samus, or any character, a little bit easier. And then we're going to move on to a different kind of throw. Alright, so pretend you up through me. I'm up here, right? I'm going to drift, and I want you to basically dash dance me, dash dance under me, or running shield, right? And the reason you're going to running shield is so that no matter which way I drift, you can run around, shield, and then do an up air. You either do like the little up air, or the high up air, or you do a fair, or you do whatever aerial it is, okay? But the point is that you're able to like run all the way here, and then aerial both ways. Alright? So you're going to up throw me, stay below me, and then aerial me again. Perfect. Do you see how you moved to that position, kind of waited, and then reacted?
Yeah.
Alright, sick. So this is just an example of, like, being below someone during their jump. I'm not going to focus too much on up throw against Samus at 0% because there's a lot of variations. I could have just nared out, I can air dodge out, I can... It's not very, very good, right?
Yeah.
Let's try one with a little bit more control. Let's try one with forward throw. Okay, so let's hold up. So you forward threw me from about here, right? I went this way, and then I teched to the edge, right? I'm not sure if you meant to full hop fair.
Yeah, I was not trying to full hop, but
okay,
I was just trying to short hop. Yeah.
That's fine. If you manage to like get closer and then short hop fair and do a late one, that would have punished this tech.
Okay.
Can you kind of visualize what I'm saying? So you like get up to here and then you lit fair.
Yeah.
Can you show me that? Alright, I want you to dash first and then fair.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that. But right now you drifted so far that you didn't stop, right? So you want to dash and then use your control stick, like press back a little bit to stop your momentum, right? So you press forward and then as you dash, as you jump, you like press back just a little bit. There you go, perfect. So do you see how you can throw me from here, yeah, get to a spot and fair, do the late fair, yeah. So the late fair is sick on tech because it pops me up, right? And you want to get the tipper late fair. So there's a lot of variations where this goes wrong, right? You don't control your spacing, you do a soft fair, or you throw your body right on top of me, right? So this is an example of me showing you the importance of like drifting and dash and aerial control, right? So for me, what I do is this. Sorry, I can't short up with Samus. Right, I get close and I shield stop and then I fair. That was okay, but that was rising fair. You're still not doing late fair. Yeah, you want to jump and just chill. Perfect. Way more control, right? And you want that late fair to give you some time to do drift control, right? As you jump out, you notice, oh, to get that tipper fair, I need to look like this, right? Perfect, right? And this is actually some training you can do, which is you literally just have the other person stand still, and you practice tipper fairing them. Okay. Sago, I see you. I see your message. If you're not at my door by 1:45, I'll be downstairs. Okay. So yeah, get control over movement like that, right? And then hold up. Don't attack. You threw me from here, right?
Yeah.
And then I went to here, and I teched to here. Okay. So I want you to kind of think about it in a different way, because you kind of ran over here, let's say you didn't mean to flop, right? You ran over here, did the fair. That could have started a chain, but there's another thing you could have done, right? You had to get like tipper fair to really start the chain. If you got soft fair, it kind of ends and I kind of do that. Another thing you could have done after throw, right, is just kind of move with me, right? You move with me, I tech or tech out, and then you punish appropriately, okay? You're going to start with 1 forward smash, so I'm at some percent. One more. Alright, sweet. Now, before you forward throw me, from here, kind of like think about the plan, you know? I'm going to, I'm going to go outwards, and you don't have to attack too fast, right?
Yeah.
That was good. This time you did the same thing. You did a fair, right? Yeah. Because you have time, I want you to tipper that fair next time with a little bit more control, and I'm sure you're still learning the control, so, you know, you'll get it. But another thing is, think of a different move, right? If you know, go more towards the center. If you know I'm going to go from here and tack, and it goes exactly to the edge, can you tipper the edge? Right?
Yeah.
Or can you like get to here and down tilt the edge? Right? Tipper fair would be sick, because you could always pressure more. But like, let's say I was at higher percent, right? Why don't you put me in a higher percent? More. Alright, sweet. Alright. So like, this example is, you're going to forward throw me. I'm going to tech outwards, right? And I want you to tipper the edge for the kill.
Okay.
Close. But you didn't quite tipper the edge, right? So that's one thing you can practice right now, right? Which is just, can you wave dash forward, tipper the edge better, right? And you can try. I mean, we can just, I can just stand here or whatever, and then you just try to tipper me. Yeah, so right now you're undercutting the distance, right? Start from farther away. So you're still getting soft F smash because you're a little timid of the distance. Start from farther away.
Right here, good?
Start from farther away. Like, think about wave dash, and then you're allowed to walk, right? You're allowed to walk after the F smash.
Alright.
Yeah, right? And what you're just going to get better at is you're just going to get better at walking less and tippering faster, right? Soon you're just going to tipper straight out of the wave dash. Yeah. But you're allowed to walk afterwards, and the most important thing is that if you know I'm going to tech towards the edge, you don't have to, like, be accurate. You don't have to be accurate in regards to me. You have to be accurate in regards to the stage, right? Like, I have to know, as Samus, what goes over the edge and what is just the stage, right?
Yeah. Same
with you. When you're playing with Marth, you're just going to figure out how to hit the tip, right? So try to wave dash tipper me. Too close. There you go. It's pretty far.
Yeah.
There you go, dude. Much better. Alright. So this is a dream scenario, but let's say you forward throw me, I tech away, and then you tipper me. Let's just try it. Way too close, buddy. Yeah, remember, you don't have to be accurate in regards to me, right? Look at the stage. You're already too close, yeah. So, like, pretend I'm not here, right? Look, go to my right. Yeah, exactly. Wave dash, F smash the edge. That was way better, right? You're looking at the stage instead of me. Forward throw me? It's okay. You're still kind of like throwing your body on top of Samus. I want you to do better with like controlling you in the stage, you know? Okay. Way too close. Much better. Not tipper, but much better. And you, I saw that little bit of walk, right? You knew you had time. That was better, but still not a tipper. Alright, so that's a skill that you definitely need to practice, right? Controlling your tipper on stage or by position, right? And the same goes for tech chasing. One thing you did good right there was you didn't attack too fast. So one thing you can do too is, this works on almost all characters, right? Is after you forward throw, you wait dash forward down tilt. Yeah. And do you see how we were both here, and now I'm being pressured over here?
Yeah.
Right, and it's just as simple as you forward throwing and kind of following me and then waiting.
Yeah.
So I'll show you a different variation. Sick. Alright. Let's try me teching in place this time. Right? So right there, it's just another example of you having to pay attention to, like, you know, where I'm about to land, and then you attack the spot. I'm gonna tech in place again. That was a lot better. That's good, and you also cut the pressure by positioning kind of like here, right? So, and then you can like advance forward with like small fairs. Yeah, and mix in late ones, because the late ones are the ones that deal better pressure, right? And you can mix in double fair or rising fair, and then yeah, you have the center ground. And push me out. All right, much better. Let's play friendly. Kind of get the ideas going. Yeah. Didn't you write anything down? You good?
Yeah, I've been writing stuff.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's just play friendly to see how all the stuff is coming together. Good pressure. Alright, that was good positioning. That was good. That's good. You didn't go off stage either. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, you went off stage.
Yeah.
That's a more advanced lesson for another day. Fighting Samus off stage. Alright, hold up. Hold up. Okay. So I was right here, and I did spot dodge. Okay? And what you did was you ran up to me and down tilted. Alright. So show me how you down tilt again. Do you remember how it was?
It was about like right here.
Yeah, yeah. And it was like a running down tilt, right? From like you started it from like right here, right? All right. So I want you to look at this decision a little bit more objectively. Okay. From this starting point, it's a little bit better. Walk closer to the platform. Right here. Okay. You started this running down tilt from here. There is no way running down tilt will tipper from this position.
Yeah.
Right? But you threw it. Right? You kind of either were looking at this spot or just hoping that the down tilt was just going to threaten me. Right?
Yeah.
And it goes back to this horizontal spacing where you just did not respect where I was standing. Right?
Yeah.
I ended up just spot dodging down smashing it. Right? So when you're in this distance, you have to fight the urge that you used to do, which was you used to just running down tilt it, right? And I can teach you how to running down tilt Samus. You just have to start from further, like this distance, right? Or like this distance, right? But if you want to deal with Samus at this distance, you can't running down tilt. That kind of makes sense?
Yeah.
So at this distance, I need you to find a way to hit me, right? Because that's what you wanted to do, right? You wanted to hit me. That's your instinct. I'm pretty sure your instinct was just hit him. Right? So I want you to figure a way to safely hit me instead of running down tilt from this position. That was a lot better. You can tipper that fair. There you go. That was a lot better. Now, at first spot, this isn't natural to you, right? It takes you a little bit of time and precision. Right? And this is the reason why you're not doing it in combat. You're doing running down tilt in combat because you know how to do running down tilt. Right? You don't know how to do running fair with drift control, right? And late timing and other things, right? So there's a couple important things going on here. And let me know when you're finished writing stuff down.
I'm good now.
Okay. The important things going on here was that running down tilt is not shitty innately, right? It's fine. The reasons you were having problems with it in this matchup where you were doing it too close, right? And that reveals other things, right? Which is you don't know how to deal with Samus at certain ranges, right? You were comfortable with throwing running down tilt, right? I need you to be comfortable with doing other types of approaches, right?
Yeah.
So like right here, you can also do short hop nair, right? As long as the second one hits and you don't drift too closely to me, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? That would have connected if the stage wasn't. Yeah, like that, right? So like that's a way to engage with me that would not have like immediately failed right off the bat, right? And that's what I call form. Right? The running down tilt from that spot was bad form.
Yeah.
And you'll get it. Maybe you like F smash me a certain way, maybe there's 100 ways to do what I'm trying to ask you to do. Safely hit Samus at this position. Right? And you'll think about it more too. Not only with standing, crouching, spot dodging, you'll think about it in every position, right? How can I control my character better to hit this character at this position, right?
Yep.
And don't undercut what you're doing, right? Running down tilt is a move, right? It just has restrictions, and there are ways it fails.
Should I keep trying to hit you?
No, it's okay. All right. So, what were the first 3 things we wrote down? We wrote down. I think one of them we didn't cover is missiles on recovery.
Yeah, missiles on recovery, Samus plus 100, and dealing with crouch.
Okay, we did a little bit of dealing with crouch hand, so let's start off with. Okay, we only have 10 more minutes. Let's do one of the 2 topics. Okay, I'll just try to go over Samus over 100 really, really quick. Okay, Samus over 100 is pretty similar to Samus under 100, right? Except that you can't combo her.
Yep.
Right? So I need you to practice. Can you show me side B up tilt? That's better timing. Yeah, you're getting better at it as we do it. That's one kill setup, right? And make sure you can do both directions, and you can do it pretty consistently. You don't have to up tilt the opposite direction, but you just have to be able to do it in both directions. Yeah, and the Q is the Q for a Dancing Blade is just that he'll return to normal stance. Just don't attack until he returns to normal stance. There you go. Can you show me wave dash up tilt? Alright, yeah, this is a skill that you need to pick up a little bit. One of the reasons why it's so good is that you can actually kill Samus exactly like that, right? So, the better you become at manipulating your hurt boxes on platforms, the better you'll be at finding kill setups, right? And this is universal, not just to Samus, right? So, like, if you are on bottom stage, right, and if you can wave dash tipper me, you don't have to start from where you are right now, but if you can wave dash tipper me with F smash or up tilt, you know, your success rate and your win rate will go up. Exactly, perfect. Alright, so wave dash up tilt and wave dash up F smash are important. F smash obviously being a little easier than up tilt, but you can definitely practice up tilt. There you go. That's one kill setup. And then, honestly, you just have to keep fairing her. There's soft fair will kill, so will hard fair, just at like above 150. And that, yeah. As you get better at up airs.
The best way to like recover like the bomb jump in Samus would just be like just keep down tilting the ledge. And then like fairing if she comes like too much above stage.
Yes, I don't want to dive too far into this topic because it's pretty specific. Like I could give you a better answer, but it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So we went over really quick about kill setups in Samus. It's just mostly just vertical stuff, or getting tippers. That's the most straightforward stuff. And as you said, yeah, getting her off or here, you get a lot of damage when she comes off stage, or comes off the ledge. How you avoid missiles during recovery. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few tips. Big tip during recovery is that you can look at both players. You can look at Samus and you can look at yourself, right? There's two really important times to look at yourself. One is to gauge where you are in the sky, and then you don't have to like stare at yourself too hard once you get a good grasp of where you are, right? Once I down smash you or something and you know where you are, give Samus a quick peek, you know? Based on how she moves, you might see a missile, right? She either does jumping ones or standing ones, right? She's just going to stand and shoot, right? So one thing is you can just see the startup of missile. That's one way to avoid missile on recovery, right? Is that while you're recovering, get a quick look at her, and then don't do anything if she's about to shoot the missile, right? If she's about to shoot the missile and you're side beams, right? You're in lag for, I don't know, 40 frames or whatever. Right? So instead, you can fair away the missile, you can fast fall, or you can even air dodge, right? Fair is pretty good against missile. We can try right now if I just shoot a missile at you. You're a little too close, but yeah. There you go. So yeah, when I shoot a missile, you can time a fair, you can fast fall below it, or you can air dodge, or whatever. And then another pitfall is that you might be side being too predictably. Okay, so here, I'll go with you to Marth. And then I want you to damage me. F smash, just spam F smash. You could technically nair the missile, but it's not that great. Alright, so I want you to F smash me from here, and I'm going to show you some recovery stuff, okay? Alright, so right there, I exited hit stun, right? I was tumbling, but now Marth is in this position, right? And you'll notice it because of his cape, right? So out of tumble, I went into this position, and a lot of people do that right away, right?
Yeah.
As soon as they're out of tumble, they do this. Okay? So I want you to just think real quick about what you do out of hit stun. Okay? This applies to onstage and recovery, right? So if I'm up tilt chaining you, and what you do out of hit stun is you jump, right? I call you a jumper, right? So I'll do this, and if I know the next part of my combo is not a true combo, and you're a jumper, I'm going to do this, you jump, and then I punish your jump, right? Same goes for what other people do. They F-smash you, and they know, oh, he does this out of hit stun, right? If he does that out of hit stun, I can shoot another missile. I can grab the ledge for free, right? You can voluntarily choose to do other things out of hit stun, right? You can choose to fastball. You can choose to attack, right? There's some people, when you attack them in combat, right? When they wake up, they're just, swinging. They're shining, they're fighting, Those are fighters. You kind of grew kind of quiet. Is this too much going on?
Oh, no, my bad. Yeah, I feel you.
No, it's okay. I just want to make sure I'm not talking, just
Yeah.
over you. So, yeah, part of the thing about recovery is that you have two big resources as Marth, okay? One of them is this one, right? You get the juice one time, and then you start falling. And you know how to replenish it, right?
Yeah.
Easiest way is wave dash. So you get the juice. That's one of your resources, right? And if you spend it first every time, that's kind of predictable, right? You don't want to spend your resources predictably every time, right? And then another thing instead of side B, right, is your double jump. That's your other resource, right? So if you are the type of person that every time out of hit stun you jump and you drift forward, right? You always max drift forward. You always jump. You're losing your resources, right? So just be a little bit more conscious when you get hit. When you get hit, you can control your drift, you can control your options, and you can control your recovery. Alright. Lesson's going to end in about 5-10 minutes. Do you want to just end it with best of 5?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright, man. Do you strike normally, or do you go to battlefield?
I'll go with Battlefield.
Alright, good luck, have fun, man.
You too.
Nice. Alright, keep up the pressure. Nice. Oh no. Yeah, that was a weird SDI. Alright, where do you usually go? There's no strikes in best of 5.
Yoshi's.
Okay. Oh, good pressure. Oh, yeah, that sucks, yeah. Good positioning. Oh, good shit. Alright, good stuff. Oh no. Alright, you got good pressure so far. Good positioning. Oh, Phantom. Good area pressure. Oh, let's go. That's awesome. Yeah, you jumped a little too close. Oh no, I didn't wall jump. I wanted to wall jump. Alright, I'm gonna take you here. One of the longest forks. Oh, that's crazy. No. There you go. Nice blocking. Yeah, don't let Samus run you over with attacks. Oh, I can't believe I like touched it. Yeah, she really cannot deal with you blocking too much. So any damage I get on you is because you're like overcommitting or you're not blocking enough. A little bit better on the spacing. How did I make that? Alright, so right there you kind of dash dance into the down smash. Need a little bit more respect for her distance. Alright. It's 2-1. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. Nice. No! Oh my god. Nice.
Oh my head.
Oh yeah, the head just stuck out. Nice fair. Keep up the vertical pressure. Nice job with the fair. Oh my goodness. That was a good one. Nice fair spacing.
Awesome.
Yeah, GG's, man. You almost faired that missile. So that was just about an hour. How do you feel? Do you have any more questions? Can I wrap up anything?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I'm down for like a little wrap up for sure.
Yeah, man.
Nothing sticking out too bad for me. Nothing I wasn't really
Cool.
understanding or anything.
I'm gonna message you my PayPal information. Is that okay with
Okay.
you?
Yep.
All right. So we talked about. I want to make sure you wrote down everything so that when you walk away, you have a lot more. You know.
Yeah.
Oh. Here, are you watching the stream?
I was. You
Okay.
can bring it back.
All right. I'm gonna end the Netflix session right now. So, watch the stream for me real quick,
Okay.
and I'm gonna show you something. All right. So we wrote down dealing with her crouch cancel, dealing with her over 100%, dealing with her missiles. We kind of tackled those last two pretty quickly, but we talked about pressuring her in the corner. Talked about you needing accuracy, you know, horizontally with your aerials, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me know when you can look at the stream.
Oh, I'm on the stream right now. Sorry.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm in 20XX. So what you do is you go to one-player mode, you go to event match, and you go to this. All right. This is a custom event in 20XX. So I want you to be able to do this event. All right. The point of it is that there's always 4 barrels, and that once a barrel explodes or it is destroyed, another one will spawn. Okay. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to break as many as you can, but you can also do it with very specific aerials, right? Like I can ask you to only do fair, right? And when I tipper them, you see it breaks in 1 hit, right? But watch soft fair, right? Soft fair takes 2.
Yeah, this is amazing. How have I not known about it?
Yeah. So what I do with this lesson, right? So like, let's say there is an enemy standing here, right? How do I tipper fair that?
Wait,
Right.
were you asking me a question?
No, it's a rhetorical question, right?
Okay.
It's like I get over there, right, and I do this fair, or I shield stop and I do it, you know, one of these, right? So it's just a matter of practicing, and if you tipper them, they break. If you soft hit them, they take 2 hits. Right. And as I said, you can practice it in any manner that you see fit. You can practice only shield stop aerials. I did that for, you know, a few afternoons.
Is that all versions of 20XX or 4.05? Or...
I'm doing it with 4.05 right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one will help you a lot with dealing with, spacing your stuff correctly, right?
Yeah.
Okie doke. We didn't hit a lot of big topics like fighting her in neutral game. We touched on like you blocking a little bit more, but like that's a whole lesson in itself. Like going off stage against her, all that.
Yeah.
It's hard to cram in everything. I just want to make sure you understood, you know, it all, and you have stuff to walk away with.
Okay. For sure. And I feel like that has been accomplished.
Awesome, man. So right now you're in the Discord. This Discord has an improvement channel. If you look above, you're definitely welcome to just leave anything you want in there. Any questions you have, if you want me to review any videos.